guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be doing a super exciting video and I'm gonna be talking about my top 5 current favorite foundations. And surprisingly, they're all from the drugstore. I am a really big advocate of, saving your money. If you don't have to spend a lot of money on something, then don't. And for me, there are just so many amazing drugstore products that I absolutely love. Foundations are just one of those that I have found that I'm just like more of a fan sometimes of drugstore foundations than high-end. Now there are some high-end foundations that I love. For example, my NARS, like my Radiant Finish NARS one, I love that foundation, but I do gravitate towards using my drugstore foundations more, maybe because I just know like that they do the trick and that they're a lot cheaper, so I don't really kind of gravitate towards my more expensive ones. But these 5 foundations that I'm going to talk about are ones that I use almost every single day. They're foundations that I feel are comparable to high-end foundations. So I'm going to go ahead and share those with you guys, and I am going to be doing my face, one side of my face, applying the foundation, and on the other side y'all can see how my natural skin is. That way you guys can see the coverage and just how the foundation lays on the skin. So I am going to start off with the the foundations that have less coverage, and then I'll move on to the ones that have a little bit more full coverage. I will say that I have pretty relatively clear skin. I do have some blemishes. I have one really bad blemish right here, but other than that, I don't have a lot of blemishes, but I do like a full coverage foundation because this is the kind of look that I have all the time, so I just feel more comfortable in that. So anyways, let's go ahead and get right into the very first foundation. Okay, so the very first one that I'm going to be talking about is the Colorpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. And this is a tinted moisturizer that I kind of discovered about last fall when it first came out. And I'm not a huge tinted moisturizer kind of a person because, like I said, I like a full beat, and so I really just prefer medium to full coverage foundations. But on days that I really just don't want to wear a lot of makeup or for work, I really love using this hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer. My favorite part about this is just the really pretty natural glow that this tinted moisturizer gives your skin. I feel that it does leave you looking very dewy, but you can 100% tone it down by adding a little bit of powder, and I really just feel like this lasts me all day long. I wear this to work all the time, and I work with children, so that says a lot that I come home and this is still on. Obviously, like I said, you do need to set it a little bit, but I just love it so much. It just feels so lightweight on your skin, and it has a lot of really good ingredients. So it has hyaluronic acid. It also helps to just help your skin look a lot more hydrated. I use this a lot in the winter only because I'm really dry in the winter, so I felt like this gave me a lot of hydration. So I definitely love this one just when I want something to even out my skin tone. And I also think you can build this up to a little bit more medium coverage. So I think that this is a great product, and it's super affordable, and you can find this at Ulta. I'm in the color medium 9W. And this is a pretty perfect color for me, and I really do recommend this product. Okay, so the next foundation I'm going to talk about is one that has a little bit more coverage than the tinted moisturizer I just showed you guys. And this is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Foundation, and I have it in the color Light Honey. And this is a really nice foundation if you're looking for something that has still light coverage, but that gives you just a little bit more, I guess, coverage. This really does feel like you're wearing a tinted moisturizer, but it gives you a lot more coverage than a tinted moisturizer does. This can be really lightweight, but you can build it to be medium coverage. And what I love about this is that it just goes onto your skin like if you are applying a moisturizer. Like, it really does feel like a cream you put on, and then you just start blending it, and it just looks so amazing, and it blends into your skin so beautifully. I love the radiant finish that this gives. I wouldn't say it's radiant, actually. I think it's more of a natural finish, but I do think that this is beautiful, especially for summer or like for everyday work. I think this is a great foundation. It lasts a really long time as well. This is also a foundation that says it's anti pollution. Not only does it provide great coverage, but it also just has really good ingredients in it for a more light to medium coverage. If you're not looking for a tinted moisturizer, then I would definitely look into this one. And like I said, I am in the color 330 Light Honey. Okay, so now moving on to the more full coverage foundations. So these three foundations, I feel are maybe my favorite on top of high end. Like, I seriously love these foundations. And the first one that is a lot more full coverage, and that is one of my favorites, is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear. Now, this is a cult favorite. When it first came out, everyone was raving about it. Everyone loved it. And I actually tried this foundation back when it first came out, and I did not like it. I don't know why. Maybe I was just like, maybe I had the wrong color, or I don't know what I was thinking. But my sister really likes it, and she was talking about it one day, and I was like, I'm gonna try that again. So I did, and I honestly fell in love. So this is a 24-hour wear foundation. I've never actually worn it for 24 hours, but I will say that it does last a really long time. Like, I swear, I put this on when I go to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and when I come home around 4 or 5, this still looks flawless and beautiful. It does have SPF 25, so that's really good. I know that sometimes SPF can give flashback, but I never really feel like it has given me flashback. I guess, don't really take a lot of pictures when I'm wearing this, and I also really like that this product is waterproof, sweat resistant, and then transfer proof. I don't know if it's transfer proof because I haven't tried that, but I should try it when I give my husband a hug. But I will say that I do think it's sweat proof because I live in Texas, and there was one day that I was sitting outside for hours on my mom's patio, and I was like, my foundation probably is all off, but I was wearing this and it still looked amazing. So I do think that it is somewhat sweat proof. I don't know about waterproof because I'm not jumping in the pool with foundation on, but I do really love this product, and I really also like that it has a lot of shades. I think there's a total of 30 shades, which I believe is a good range of shades. Obviously, they could do more, but 30 shades is a lot to pick from. So I really like that they have a wide range of shades for Drugstore, because sometimes Drugstore really just needs to get it together. There's 5 shades and I'm like, okay. The next one is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. I know that this was also one that was very popular when it first came out. I am in the color F10. This foundation is just, I don't even know how to really describe it other than that it's beautiful. This is a more full coverage foundation, and there are 50 shades, so that's also a pretty good range of shades. I really like the applicator of this foundation because it has this doe foot applicator that is just like a fat wand, and it's just easy to just apply to your face. I really enjoy that. I know some people don't really like it, but I personally do. It comes in a really pretty glass bottle. The only thing I will say is that it was really hard to pick my shade when I first got this because you can't really see it since it's kind of foggy on the bottle. Ulta didn't have this color as a tester, so I just had to kind of wing it. And I still don't feel like this is my perfect shade, but I just deal with it because I love how this foundation looks. This foundation, I think the finish is more of a matte, but not like a matte that you look super dry and oils in your skin are sucked in. No, this gives you a really pretty, I don't know how to say, is it satin matte maybe? Just a really pretty matte, and I love wearing this foundation. Every single time I wear this, I love how my makeup looks. I love how my blushes apply. I love how my bronzer applies. It's just a really pretty foundation. I do think that this gives your makeup a flawless, or it gives your face a flawless look while still looking, somewhat natural. But it is a lot more full coverage, so you're not gonna be able to see through your skin like a tinted moisturizer is. I will say this does kind of have a scent, but I kind of like the scent, so it doesn't really bother me. It smells like the MAC foundations, I feel, and I don't know, I just like that smell. So if you are kind of, sensitive to scents, you might not like that, but it's really good. So I really recommend this one. It's just one of my go-to foundations, and I think that this is really comparable to super high-end foundation. Okay, so my last one, I left it for last because I think this is my favorite foundation of all time. high-end drugstore of all time, this is my favorite foundation, and it is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I have it in the color 128 Warm Nude. I need a new bottle because I go through this foundation so fast. Ever since I found this foundation, I literally tell everyone about it. I love this foundation. Every single time I wear this, I literally feel so confident because my skin looks so amazing. The best part about this foundation is that it's full coverage, but your skin just looks so natural. And that's what I love about it the most. Anytime I'm in a pinch and I'm like, I gotta go, I don't have time to be sitting here blending my foundation or trying to build up coverage, I gravitate towards this one because I know if I put 2 pumps on, I'm gonna look good and it's gonna give me a full coverage, you know, look. I also really like that, again, this doesn't look like a full coverage foundation. It just looks so natural and radiant. It's not a dewy foundation, but I just feel like it gives a really pretty radiant glow. I don't know if maybe that's just the primers I'm using, but personally, it doesn't say that it's obviously like a radiant type of foundation. I just like how it looks on my skin, and for me, I do feel like it kind of gives me a radiant glow. I really like that this foundation is also super easy to blend, and it also says it lasts up to 24 hours. Again, I don't know why anyone would be wearing foundation for 24 hours, but I will say that this foundation lasts all day long. I also use this for work, and literally my foundation looks so good at the end of the day, and I know this because people are always like, do you reapply your foundation like during lunch or something? And I'm like, no, who has time for that working at a school? And they're like, well, it just always looks like your foundation is perfect. And I'm like, it's because of this. Like, this is the best thing ever. And I always tell people about it, and then they try it and they're like, yeah, it was a really good foundation. And I'm like, I know, it's just so good. So this is definitely one that I feel like is top of my list, favorite foundations of all time. And every time I try a new foundation, I'm like, I mean, it's good, but it's not the Maybelline Superstay. So I just feel like this is just the one I always gravitate towards. And also I use this on an everyday basis, but also on special occasions, I'm like, I'm gonna take this one out because I know, you know, it just never steers me wrong. So this is one that I definitely love. And again, it's probably my favorite foundation of all time. Okay, so that is it for my top 5 favorite foundations. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you're looking for a really good foundation, I really recommend trying these out. I mean, they're affordable and you can get them at Ulta, test it out. If it doesn't work out for you, just return it. It doesn't hurt. But I do think that these are game changers, almost better than high-end ones, so I definitely recommend them. Okay, so that is it for this video. Make sure that if you thought this video was helpful, you click that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. I make beauty, mommy, and lifestyle videos every single week, and I would love to have you subscribe. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.